Hi there. This is your internet word of the day today. So let's go ahead and dive right in, see what we've got. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And as always, I'm Erin Jansen, and this is brought to you by netlingo.com. Today is Tuesday, June 18, and our internet word of the day is tweeting. Okay, y'all got to know this term. Let's see what we've got here. What is tweeting? A play on words, tweeting refers to telling a global community of friends and strangers what you are doing at the present moment. It comes from the original meaning, of uttering a succession of small sounds like a bird or chatter rapidly about trivial matters. Huh. All right. I know there's more info here, but I especially like this one. Its original meaning, a succession of small sounds like a bird. That's probably where Twitter got its original logo. Sure enough, ever since Elon Musk purchased the company and changed it to X, there's still a host of terms that are called Twitter terms that are related to what you do when you are online on that platform. So here we are. We clicked on more info to find out more about tweeting. So basically, in the online world, use of the term tweeting or twittering started on the messaging service and social networking website Twitter. The actual note or post is referred to as a tweet. So what is Twitter? It's a company now known as X, which offers free real-time short messaging service, which is SMS, that delivers messages on computers and smartphones. And it's also considered social media. X is also considered a microblog, which essentially is a venue for publishing yourself on the web. On the receiving end, X is ambient, meaning updates from the people you choose to follow will float to your smartphone, IM, or website, and you are only expected to read them as you want. The platform encourages users to post short updates, including short URLs, as to your current activities to stay in touch with friends, relatives, coworkers, and anonymous followers. These updates are known as tweets. There we go. And we're going to check that out. We're going to check out some of these links here. We got short URLs and tweets. When users post what they are doing, or rather send a message to Twitter, aka X, they do not expect a response, but rather are looking for retweets and comments. As with other social networking services, Twitter took the world by storm. And similar to Facebooking, a variety of apps have been created to support it, such as TweetDeck, TwitScope. So Twitter has also birthed its own lexicon. Go to Twitterverse to see examples. Okay, we're just going to quickly do this right now because it's so fun for me, the geek. Again, you can tell I love this stuff. I hope you get a kick out of it too. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to hover over Twitterverse and then I'm going to right click on it. Hopefully y'all know about the right click. And then we can open that link in a new tab. And there it is, Twitterverse. Looky here, slang for the Twitter universe. It stands for the community of Twitter users and their collective voice. Like the blogosphere, it's created a cornucopia of new online jargon, including tweets, tweet up, Twift, Twitterati, Twitterture, retweets, Twibe, a group of Twitter users interested in a common topic. My Twibe. Sweeple, sweet Twitter people. Tweepish, Tweetaholic, Twitter mob, Twitteria, Twalker, and Twecking, one who heckles via Twitter, most commonly seen at conferences or town halls. There's also internal lingo. Looky here. For example, MT means modified tweet. RT, retweet. DM is direct message, very popular on many social networking platforms. PRT means a partial retweet, HT hat tip, and CC is carbon copy. All right. And then as always, we have these C also terms. Looky here, the blogosphere, a twinternship, at reply, hashtag word, and then of course back to tweeting, which is where we are. So here's where we were. While many people find it unlikely that anyone should care about the nano activities of someone's life, this technology has far-reaching applications, including automated notifications and link sharing. And it's become especially relevant for journalists. All right, we've got a little historical perspective. Oh, we got a big one. So let's go down the rabbit hole. The first tweet was tweeted on March 21st, 2006. Around that time, only 16% of online adults used social media. The first prototype was built in March 2006 by Jack Dorsey and launched publicly in August of 2006. In May 2007, Twitter Inc. was founded. By February of 2009, it was the third most used social networking service. Twitter had become a force for revolution and for disclosing personal information that could actually destroy your career. His political career, in the case of Anthony Weiner and his sexting scandals. Anybody remember that? Dubbed Weinergate, the Democratic U.S. Congressman Anthony Weiner used Twitter multiple times to send links of sexually suggestive pictures of himself, aka his man parts, to multiple women, forcing him to resign from Congress. Okay, guys, it goes without saying, don't take sexually suggestive pictures of yourself and post them on a social media platform via the direct message, via, posting it out there. Usually that's the kind of thing you send privately from cell phones to smartphone, okay? It blows my mind that people still get caught doing this kind of stuff, we'll get to digital footprint at some point, but here we go. Twitter has proved to be an instrumental tool in organizing people in times of catastrophe, and disseminating information in countries that censor news and internet usage. For example, during the 2008 Mumbai attacks, that's in India, eyewitnesses sent an estimated 80 tweets every 5 seconds as the tragedy unfolded. Twitter users on the ground helped in compiling a list of the dead and injured. In addition, users sent out vital information such as emergency phone numbers and the location of hospitals that needed blood donations. There was that was a big bombing. I don't know if you remember that, but it was horrific. The use of Twitter by victims, bystanders, and the public to gather news and coordinate responses to the November 2008 Mumbai siege led CNN to call it the day that social media appeared to come of age. Wow, that's one of the fun things about NetLingo, is that I love to chronicle these historical perspectives and these first in world examples, and when it did actually matter to us in our everyday lives. So in June 2009, following allegations of fraud in the Iranian presidential election that year, oh my, and here we are visiting that again, protesters used Twitter as a rallying tool and as a method of communication with the outside world after the Iranian government blocked several other modes of communication. Organizations that support relief efforts also use Twitter. In part, by using the social networking sites, activists organized and publicized the unprecedented protests that gave rise to the Arab Spring in December 2010. That was huge. This saw longtime governments in Egypt, Tunisia, and Libya fall. Regimes in Syria, Yemen, and Bahrain clash with the opposition, and leaders in Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates offer more benefits to their populace. Wow, what power. And you know what that is? That's the power of the people. And that's what social media is about, the power of the people. As of June 2017, Katy Perry became the first person to reach 100 million Twitter followers. Okay, it's also the power of the celebrity and everybody wanting their 15 minutes of fame. But that's human nature, you know. And in September of 2017, Twitter doubled its character count for tweets. It used to be you could only tweet 140 characters. They doubled it to 280 characters. It wasn't it, but despite all of that, right? It wasn't until the fourth quarter of 2017 that Twitter finally turned its first ever profit. I mean, that also blows my mind. As an internet entrepreneur, competing with all kinds of large companies and, startups that are funded by venture capital firms, these companies go from, 2007 to 2017, 10 years, and didn't even turn a profit. Okay. So if you're an internet entrepreneur out there, keep at it. There's vehicles like YouTube and your own websites and newsletters that can eventually get you going, and you'll be able to turn your own profit without having to, get investors or make it sort of a big idea with IPO type VC capital funding. Okay, so to see more Twitter terms, click on the Twitterverse link below, which we just did. We also have a few see alsos here. Short URL. Let's just take a quick look at what that is. That is the name for a URL that's been shortened by a web service so as to allow a user to post the link to a longer URL in a condensed space. And there's a bunch of examples here. I encourage you to take a look at that. We also have texting, obviously, what we all know and love, texting on our phones, right? And then Twitterverse, we looked at Pearl. What's that? That's funny. A personal URL, personalized URL. Okay, a type of URL that acts as an intermediary for a real URL. Okay, when you enter a Perl in a browser, the browser does send that page request to a Perl server, which then returns the real URL of the web page. Okay, that's pretty cool. Oh, and then of course there's sexting. That's in reference to the Anthony Weiner unfortunate Wienergate. Obviously, I'm sure you know what sexting is, but it's a play on the word sex and texting. Sexting is when someone sends sexually suggestive photos to another person by way of a smartphone, okay? Or when a person posts nude images of oneself on a social networking site. I mean, come on, guys, please don't do that. We all know better by now, please. All right, and then down here we have links, Twitter, a link to Twitter. Oh, and there's a link to NetLingo on Twitter. There we go, which there I am with Martha Stewart. NetLingo, here it is, the web's best curated collection of online culture. I have been tracking terms, trends, and technology since 1995, the start of the internet era. And here I do, I post my YouTube word of the day videos there. So the Twitterverse can get a crack at it as well. Now look here, we not only do we have links and updates, which I love my updates as well, but we have something to download. NetLingo Top 50 Twitter Terms. Okay, looky here. This is one of the free downloads on NetLingo that I offer. Because I care, because I'm passionate, because I love this stuff. Look at all these fun ones. And look, when you click on it, it goes to Bieber baiting, right? Using Justin's, the practice of taking the Bieb's name in vain to drive traffic to your site, right? So not only does it link to the actual definition, I've even summarized what they are. Oh, look, Bieber baiting, it's actually illegal. Okay. Digital dirt, unflattering info you may have written on sites that can later haunt you, flash mobs, hashtags, hashtag activism. All right, indigenous content. I love this one. User-generated content created by the digital natives for themselves. And then, of course, influencer. I remember when I compiled this term, influencer hadn't even really been the big thing that it is now. Oh, look here, Larry the Bird. That's the name of the Twitter bird. Twitter bird, the logo before X. That's in honor of the Celtics basketball legend Larry Bird. It's the NBA playoffs right now. Exciting night. Live streaming, micro blogging, news feeds. Look at all this fun stuff. Selfies, smartphones. It gives you the full definition again when you click on the link here. Social scoring. This is a whole deal now. Rating a person's level of influence based on one's followers, friends, and postings. In fact, they are now using your social score as a consideration for your credit score or if you're going to get a loan. So, it's amazing how the internet and the online world has just expanded in such a way that it's affecting our everyday lives. And then we get down into some of these. Oh, I love Solomo. Social, local, mobile marketing speak for capturing people's attention via micro moments. And then look at all these. There's all the ones we saw in the Twitterverse. All right. So there's the link to that, all in today's word of the day. That was the free download for NetLingo Top 50 Twitter Terms. Oh, and by the way, every now and then in a definition, you'll get a fun little picture like this one. In case of fire, exit the building before tweeting about it. I thought that was clever. Okay, so that's our word of the day. I click on the NetLingo logo to get back to the homepage. And then let's just quickly check out our acronym, DP. Oh, that stands for domestic partner. It refers to a domestic partnership, a relationship between two individuals who live together and share a common life. All right. Well, thank you for joining me today. I am so happy to be here bringing you these internet words of the days. Uh, I do ask a little public service announcement. If you like this video, go ahead and click the like button so the YouTube algorithm will refer me to other people who love online jargon and learning about computers and just, the history behind it all. There's also a subscribe button down there. It's free and it'll just alert you when I post a new video. So again, thanks for joining. And until next time, I'll see you online.